Hi, today I want to do a quick video to show you how I start and finish my cross stitch threads without ever turning my piece of work over. So I work completely from the surface. I always put it on a frame and I never turn it over. So I'm never drawing a thread through existing stitches to start or finish it and never changing the tension on the surface. So firstly, starting with a piece of thread with a loop in the end. Now I've threaded a very short piece so I can show you how it starts and finishes. So I'm going into my first stitch of my cross stitch with this piece of background white, that needle, and I go in, back up through that stitch, and I go through the loop in the end. So I'm now drawing a loop down to the canvas, and then I'm going back into the first hole that I came up. So I've now drawn that tight across the canvas, and then I'm going to go in the opposite direction and complete my cross. And there we go, I've started my thread and I'm off. Now, what I do also is continue till I've reached the end of the thread or the end of the piece in that colour. And at that point, I simply pull up the thread further across the canvas and then catch it in as I do the stitches that meet that piece. So this green finished over here somewhere. I then drew it across the canvas and came up, and then as I've done the other stitches that are coming towards it, they've simply ignored it at the back essentially and gone over it behind the canvas. So I'm going to come up here and simply ignore the green, so go over it on the back, and so it's been caught in as if it's been pulled through the stitches behind but without changing the tension at all. Come into this corner, and because my next stitch is going to actually come up in that hole, all I do is trim it off at the canvas and carry on. So I always complete my canvas and I sweep across it. I simply do the next colour that's required rather than filling in or doing this brown here and then going off and doing the next bit of brown somewhere else. All I've done is brought the needle up where the next brown stitch is going to happen, but I will do all the white first before I continue with that brown. And then when I get to the end of my piece of thread or the end of the section in that colour, so one more stitch here, then I will bring my needle up, and then that thread behind the canvas will get caught as the next white continues here. Now this piece of thread has got, I'm going to do it as if it's been a cut end, so we've used this piece of thread already, and we're going to start without a loop in the end. So all I do there is drop the needle down about 1 centimetre away from where I'm going to start, leave a piece on top of the canvas, I take it very low, and then set off with my stitches, and I'm going to incorporate that tail as I come across my canvas, incorporate the tail underneath the canvas, and then when I get to it, if there's anything left on the surface, I just snip it off. And what that means is I don't change the tension of my canvas at all, of my stitching, by pulling a thread through underneath. And what it also means is that the front of my canvas and back of my canvas look remarkably similar. So I will have lots of needles on the go with lots of threads, different colours, and I will just keep working in them and coming across my canvas. So you can see lots of ends here of colours that are on the go, and that's the front of my canvas, and that is the back, and across here is where that green came up through and is being caught in. I hope you enjoy my tutorial. Thank you.